Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. We're on a new camera, so hopefully we're looking pretty good. Today we are doing a foundation review on the Milk Makeup Stick Foundation. In August, there was like several foundation launches. We had so many, and I'm just kind of now sort of going through them. I did one on the Anastasia one, and I hope to have the Smashbox, Urban Decay, and Fenty coming to you soon. November is gonna be a big month for foundation review, I think. So I felt like this one in particular kind of slipped under the radar almost. I feel like it didn't get nearly as much attention as the other launches that were happening. So I wanted to give it a go today and just see what it's about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It is kind of late in the day. It's about 1:30 right now, but I will keep this on as long as I can. And we can see how it wears and how it looks. I do have very dry, sensitive skin. Let's read some of the claims. Yeah, the Milk's Flex Foundation Stick. Okay, so it says, it's a medium coverage natural finish foundation that covers, calms, and flexes without creasing or caking. Interesting. Coverage is medium, finish is natural, stick formula, obviously. And it says it's for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. So for all skin types, supposedly. It says it has marshmallow root extract, which allows the formula to move with your face and never crease or cake. Blue lotus to moisturize, and chamomile and lavender to help calm and soothe skin. It's pretty much all there is to it, so let's just put it on my face. I'm gonna prime with the Smashbox Primerizer. This is just a great hydrating one. I've been dipping back into this as of recently. All right, so you can see I do have a fair amount of redness on my cheeks right now, so let's see if how this covers. It's like you just pull it off. It feels like it should twist, but it doesn't. But I heard this packaging was recyclable. I don't see any indicators, but I don't know, we'll see. And I got the shade Snow, so we're just gonna go in. Might be a tad bit light right now. Not a big deal. Here, I'm gonna start with just 2 swipes on this side. I'm gonna start with a brush. This is a Sephora Collection Full Cover Foundation brush. And I'm just gonna stipple that in. Yeah, this is a little bit light right now, but I think moving into winter, it might be a good match. So far looking pretty good on the skin. I would agree that it's about a medium coverage. I feel like it is taking some work to blend in. On me, it looks fairly matte. It's definitely not dewy. But it doesn't look super dry or textured or anything either. It is pretty close to my neck color, so we should be okay with the shade for now. I'm gonna go in on the other side and do 2 swipes as well. And on this side, I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. I do like the idea of a stick where you can just kind of quickly draw it on. So definitely more coverage with the brush. With the sponge, I would say it's about light coverage, whereas this is about a medium, but I think it looks more skin-like on this side. So I'm just gonna tap over this side with a sponge. That's probably how I would use this one, is like go in with a brush and then just quickly tap over with a sponge. So I'm gonna build up the coverage a little bit. Focus it right here. It's building really, really nicely. It's not like picking up on itself or anything. We are probably about almost full coverage on this side. And on this side, it's we're about a high medium. So I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more so it's even. On the second layer with the brush, it is starting to look a little bit more makeup-y. It doesn't look bad, it just, you can see it more on the skin. Okay, I'm gonna tap over with a sponge. I'm gonna take a little bit on my brush like this and just apply that to my nose. Ooh, it smells, you can smell the lavender and the chamomile. It's actually quite a pleasant like calming smell. It's not super overpowering or anything. I don't mind it. So we're just in natural lighting right now. So hopefully you can see everything. So it's looking pretty good on the skin. It does look a little bit just sort of makeup-y right here when you get up really close. You can kind of just like see it on the skin. But it definitely doesn't look bad, and from like a normal distance that you would actually be interacting with people, I think it looks totally fine. Doesn't look too bad on the nose either. So far so good. I would say coverage-wise we got up to probably about a high medium, but you could probably keep building this. It seemed to build very well, but this is kind of where I like to be. Okay, so right now it's looking pretty dang good. I would definitely put this on my face again. Like I said, it looks a tiny bit dry and makeup-y in areas if you get really close, but overall looks pretty good. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, nothing too crazy. It still looks kind of like a soft matte to me, but there's a little bit of kind of natural reflect that you can see with this one. It's not totally matte, and we'll have to see how it wears throughout the day. But yeah, it's looking good so far. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. It does feel a little bit tacky. I'm still not going to set it because a lot of times I don't set my foundations and I like to see how they wear without being set, but I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. The rest of my makeup is on. So I just went in with the Becca under eye corrector and the Fenty Beauty concealer in 120. And then I did do a very light setting underneath the eye with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I used the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Shady Biz. And then, what else did I use? Pixi Glowy Powder in London Lustre. And then I went in with a little bit, I didn't do a whole lot of blush today, which is new for me. I went in with the Flower Beauty Blush Balm in Melon. And then I tried out I'm giving the Huda Beauty lipsticks another shot to see how they wear, and this is in the shade Interview. It's a nice kind of fall-y nude. So, the foundation. It's definitely not the worst thing that I put on my face, but it's not my absolute favorite either. It just looks a little bit dry and kind of makeup-y in certain areas. Again, from this distance on camera, in a normal setting, it's not like anybody would notice anything off or anything like that. It looks fine. And the coverage is nice, again, like a high medium. I do like that, and I like that it's very buildable too. But it's not my fave, but it's also not my least fave. Here, let me zoom you in. So I don't know if you can see, it just looks a little bit dry and textured right here and just a little bit heavy. But again, not too bad, and I think overall it looks pretty good. So I want to try spraying a little dewy setting spray to see if that helps. So I'm going to go in with the Lila B Afterglow Face Mist. This also smells like lavender and chamomile. And then I'm just going to kind of press that in with a sponge. Okay, so that Lila B setting spray definitely helped to get rid of some of the dryness. It looks a little bit more skin-like and smooth now. So initial thoughts on this one. I would wear this again. I think it would be especially great for travel because the packaging is so small and compact, and it's a stick, so it's not going to take up space in your liquids bag. So I think it's a great option for travel. It does look nice. I like it. It's just not my absolute favorite. I like something that's a bit more dewy, that looks a little bit more skin-like, but it's definitely not bad, and I would wear it again. So I'm going to go about my day and I will check in with you in a few hours. Okay, so we are just in the same room by the window, and I wanted to show you how the foundation's looking. The biggest difference is my skin's looking quite a bit more matte, as you can see. So it looks a little bit dry, but not too bad. It doesn't look like horrible or cakey or anything. Kind of same thing, I kind of feel pretty meh about this foundation. We'll keep seeing how it wears. So far, it's not wearing bad at all. It just looks like, again, like I said, more matte, but that's pretty typical. 6:30 right now, by the way. So it's been on for about 4 hours or so. It has rubbed off a little around my nose. I feel like it's faded just a little bit, but overall holding up pretty well. Okay guys, so it is very late. It is 1 a.m. right now. So the foundation has been on for about 12 hours. So it's definitely faded in some areas. You can definitely see like my redness coming through on my cheeks and around my nose, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like it's caked up or gunked up anywhere. Like I said earlier, it does look quite matte, but it's not, I don't have any major creasing in my smile lines or any caking around the nose or anywhere on the face. It just looks like it's faded throughout the day, which I don't particularly mind in a foundation. Normally, if I'm looking for a long wear foundation, what I look for is to see if like my bronzer and my blush and my highlight, if that is still on, because for me, that's a good indicator of how long wearing a foundation is. This one, I don't see any of that anymore. It's all kind of faded away. So I wouldn't call this a particularly long wearing foundation. However, it also doesn't look bad at the end of the day, if that makes sense. So here, let me zoom you in. Let's get a little closer. So as you can see, the foundation's just definitely faded. It's kind of completely come off on the sides of my nose here. But like I said, it doesn't look bad. It just looks like my skin is showing through a little bit more. But yeah, that's what we're looking like at the end of the night. Okay, so in conclusion with this foundation, I think it's okay. It's not a bad foundation. It doesn't look terrible. It looks fine on the skin, but it's definitely not my favorite. I like something that is a little bit more dewy than this, and that just kind of wears better throughout the day. It just sits better on the skin and looks more skin-like. I think that if you get this, you're not gonna totally hate it, but it's also, you know, not the best thing ever. It's just kind of, it's a very average foundation, I think. I definitely, you know, now that I have this, I will use this up, particularly when traveling, because it is nice and small and compact. So if you're looking for a foundation that's just gonna get the job done, that is easy to travel with, you might want to consider this one, but I don't think it's something that you need to run out and purchase. I think it's, like I said, a pretty average foundation. So yeah, that's all I have for you, I think. I will continue to try this out and kind of maybe mix it with some things, but overall I think it's just sort of, it's okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you turn on the bell notifications if you want to get notified when I upload. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you all next time.